Hello, folks. This is a sports news, May 5th, 2025. Before we get to the news, happy Cinco de Mayo. Saludamos a los latinos. Feliz día de Cinco de Mayo. Let's get back to the news. The biggest story of the day is the Ravens. The Ravens have released Justin Tucker after 13 seasons as the NFL investigates allegations of inappropriate contact. Here's what we know. The release, according to their GM, was, of course, basically a football decision. That was the big quote on the statement. The other one, and makes a lot of sense, a total of 16 massage therapists from 8 Baltimore area spots have accused Tucker of improbable contact, and this occurred between 2012 in his rookie year all the way to 2016. This happened way back in January 30th of 2025. All that being said, but this is a tough one for Justin Tucker. But after 13 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens, he is out. He'll be a free agent. Now, where could he land? There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to need kickers. The Browns could use a kicker. You can look at the Chargers. Maybe you can look at a team. Maybe the Panthers. They got a kicker in Ryan Fitzgerald, the undrafted kicker rookies. Bring Justin Tucker to Carolina. Uh, Other teams you can look at. Maybe you can see. Maybe the Giants, could they use a kicker? Overall, we'll see where he goes in a free agency. Washington, how about Washington, D.C.? The biggest news earlier this morning was Washington will be hosting the 2027 NFL Draft. So Pittsburgh will host next year's draft, 2026. 2027 will be hosted in Washington, D.C. It will be expected to be located in the National Mall. They did show some stage. What will the stage look like? It is going to be in front of the capital city of Washington, D.C. I don't know it. But congratulations, Washington, D.C. You earned it. Well deserved. Let's go to college football. Michigan is expecting to give Sherrone Moore a 2-game ban over his ties to the Connor Stallion scouting scandal. Now, if you remember this news, Connor Stallion scouting scandal, this happened about 2 years ago. Of course, that happened with Jim Harbaugh. Of course, Sherrone Moore came in to interim head coach. Then Jim Harbaugh got another suspension. Moore took over as interim coach, and then they won the national championship. And yeah, the rest of the story goes on. Now this is going to be even worse because now Sherrone Moore's going to be banned for 2 games. Who knows who's going to be the interim head coach? But this isn't it a big decision? Isn't a tough story for the Michigan Wolverines football program. The 5-star quarterback Jared Curtis has recommitted, has actually committed to Georgia. He chose Georgia over Oregon, so it really makes sense here. Of course, Gunnar Stockton is going to be the quarterback in Georgia, so Jared is going to get to learn from him and offensive mind coach and Kirby Smart. One NBA news, of course, the Cavs head coach Kenny Atkinson wins Coach of the Year over J.B. Bickerstaff, representing the Detroit Pistons, and Ime Udoka, representing the Houston Rockets. And then currently, right now, the Knicks have won Game 1 against the Boston Celtics. That is currently right now. Surprise right there. But the news in the NBA, the Cavs head coach Kenny Atkinson wins Coach of the Year. Let's go to the NHL. How about the biggest surprise? San Jose was favored to take the #1 overall pick. The winner of the 2025 NHL Draft Lottery is the New York Islanders, with a 3.5% chance of getting the #1 pick. this will happen for the New York Islanders. It will be their fourth time they get the number one pick. Last time they had it was 2009, 2000, 1973, and their first number one overall pick, 1972. So, big move, big surprise, but also for the Islanders, you got to be excited about this. I'll just talk about top five. San Jose makes it to the second overall pick. Chicago Blackhawks with the third pick. Utah Hockey Club with the fourth pick. And Nashville with the fifth pick. Let's go to Spain. Big news today, of course. Carlo Ancelotti, who is the Real Madrid manager, has reached a variable agreement for exit. He is expected to take the Brazil head coach role on a one-year deal until the end of the 2026 World Cup. There was a lot of rumors that he would leave, go to Brazil, of course, for that head coaching job, and now it is happening. So once Real Madrid's season is over in La Liga, Carlo will leave Real Madrid and will go to Brazil to become the national head coach for the national team. So who could replace him? Well, I got three names. The one that obviously makes sense is Xabi Alonso. He was an assistant with Carlo Ancelotti. I think that would make sense. Now, it would have to cost him to leave Bayern Leverkusen, so that could be something to keep an eye on. Raul, who is the Real Madrid B coach, he's someone I think could come into Real Madrid with a Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., and of course the new acquisition Trent Alexander-Arnold, who of course broke the news that he will leave Liverpool and expected to join Real Madrid this summer. And then the last one, and I think this should be fun to keep an eye on, Jurgen Klopp, who is the former Liverpool manager, and I could see that a possibility. I could see that. This is going to come down to Jurgen Klopp, Xabi Alonso, and maybe someone else, because we don't know who else is going to be in the mix of the Real Madrid job. But if I have to pick one, I think it's going to be Xabi Alonso from Bayer Leverkusen. He's going to leave there, and he's going to join the Spanish League with Real Madrid. If you have not seen my other news, of course, my MLS Matchday 11 prediction video, go check them out again. My channel below. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.